Hello and welcome back to the grind. Here I am again on the Dodge W100. It's a 1989? Yeah, 1989 W100. And a bunch of work on it this week. Bunch of, well, the grill's back in it. All the lights work. I did some welding on the exhaust pipes, changed oil, and a few other things. I don't even remember what. Maybe I'll put it in the description if I ever remember. But it was quite a bit of work getting the lights to all to work, and oh yeah, alternators into it, and it charges. Didn't start charging right away, but it started to charge. So happy with progress is good. We're still waiting for some brake parts to come before I finish up the back brakes, and then it might be ready to go. Well, I haven't got the windshield wipers working, and haven't got the horn working. So if I get them working. And it might need some new. These are okay, aren't they? Yeah, they're fine. Look at that. They'll work for another 10 years. Anyway, I'll get a couple of those new ones, and I'll see if I can get the windshield wipers to work. Then we'll take it in for inspection and see. Then they'll tell me what it needs in the front end business. Like, anyhow, that's enough for now, and I'll see you later. Yeah, here I am back again. Right. So here, there's some interesting wiring. Can you see that? That thing there is wore off. It's supposed to be into this, which goes into this. I think this is a fuel pump relay, but it also controls this relay, whatever that relay does. So that red wire should be feeding this one here. That might make it so it doesn't start. So yeah, I just came out and it wouldn't start, and I hadn't done anything. So I checked these grounds, put new, figured out those a little bit better for those grounds. Another wire here just hanging around. Don't know what it does, but let's see if I can fix this up and make it go into that thing properly. That's pretty shady, that thing, but we'll see if we can get it back together. Hang on. Yeah, there. Oh, can you see that? Yeah, there. That's the thing I took out of there, right? It's actually not bad shape, not rusty. But it was broken. So I put this one onto it. Where is it? Right there. Focus, focus, focus. Yeah. Don't know if that's focused or not because my eyes are no good. And then I'll see if I can get it into this thing in the right slot, that slot there. And then there was a little. This came off the top of that thing. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, see what I can do. Yeah, that got it going. So right in there. Anyway, what I wanted to do was check and see where this leak is coming from in the car. There, I couldn't feel any air coming from up here, which, it sounds like it's coming from there. So I just covered this up with a rag, a wet rag. I'm going to start it up and see what noise comes out now. Oh, if I can get out of here. That cuts down on a lot of the noise. Still some right there, I think. Oh yeah, a little bit leaking right there, not bad. This one here is the worst one. So I guess, I wonder if I can get that off there and let that drop. That's likely what I'll do. Is I'll take this off of here, drop this down, get this welded nicely. I have to take the other side off too. That won't hurt. Okay, at least I know what I'm going to do. And then get that tightened up right. Because that's just a bit of a leak right there. Oh, that makes a difference. A lot quieter. Should change oil in it. Well, I'm happy with that. I figured I'd do a little bit of work. I put this clamp on here just to see if that would quiet it down. But no, okay. Lots and lots quieter there. A little bit of a fluid leak right there, but not bad. And the alternator's not charging, but maybe it is now. Maybe that wire did it, right? Is that charging? I don't know. I'll have to put a thing on it. Let's see. Don't think so. I'm gonna put it in gear and see if the brakes at the back work. Yeah. Speedometer works. And the brakes work. That's good news. So things are coming to life. No horn yet. But I can hear something clicking down there. Okay. That's good. Brakes work. Let's check out the alternator. I'll just see what it says up here. Yeah, I can't figure out how come that thing is not charging unless just some bad connections inside maybe. So I'll take that alternator off, clean it up, put it back on and see what happens. Then down below there, that sure has quieted it down, putting a rag around it, but pretty sure that rag wouldn't last long. So now I'll, what'll I do now? Wiring is back together. It's a pretty scary place over there, but at least I found that one thing that was wrong. And it runs quite nicely, like and lots of little clattering from the valves and stuff, but I think there are hydraulic valves on it, so maybe an oil change would just quiet that right down. But I bet you the oil in it is 150 years old or more. So anyway, I guess I'll be happy for now. I'm not going to take that alternator off until I have the thing back down on the ground, because it's too high to lift up in here. So the next thing I want to do underneath is fix up these right here. That's close on the ground to there. And I've got the piece inside the shop, so I'm going to see if I can fix it. And then I'll take the other one off, which I'll show you over here. But at least the brakes work on the back. Okay. In behind this spider web, right? Where is it? Oh, down below here. See this thing here? That's what it's supposed to look. Well, kind of what it's supposed to look like. It's not supposed to be all bent like that, but I'll see if I can get that one off and fix it too. I'll leave the spider alone for now. Okay. Anyway, and then this seal right at the top of that's the power steering or the steering of that thing, and the seal right there that needs replacing. That might be a little bit of a chore to get that done, so I won't worry about it right away. Gauge works, speedometer works, that works, oil pressure gauge works. Oh, that's interesting. Just that fuel thing there doesn't work. So maybe I'll figure that out one of these days too. There's one fuse missing here. I suppose I'll put a fuse in there and see what happens. Maybe I'll do that. Hang on. Yeah, Saturday, and it's Doug's birthday. Happy birthday, Doug. Anyway, I didn't get out here until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon because I had other stuff going on. And I think I'll just, it's about 4:30 now, so I'll just see if I can fix up some of this wiring here. Like there's, obviously that needs repair right there. A couple others like that. Don't know what this one does, but if I ever found out, it might help out things not working anywhere. This is the OBD0 port, I think, right there. This thing here is the controller for the engine, for the cylinders, pistons, for the injectors. And this wiring mess up here is interesting. I wonder where that goes. Who knows? Anyway, I'll have a look around and see what I can find to plug into things, because that's the horn button. Now I have found the horn clicks a relay. This wire here is suspect, right? I don't know what it does, but it does something. Oh, there, like this. I think those are fusible links in there. Who knows? Okay, I'll just do some wire fixing. Yeah, there, that's just like a crimp on there, and then that. So that's just a ground wire, and I had it kind of open. I'm gonna put a new connector on here too, I think. Make that right. Did this one, did this one, did this one. Don't know what it's for, but there's a couple over there to do, like that yellow. I don't know if you can see that yellow one way over there. That's blaringly obvious. Then we'll see about getting some of these wires hooked up so that things start to work again, maybe. Don't know what though. Okay, so here, this is a battery, and then I've just got the horn hanging around in there. Maybe I'll put it somewhere else. Maybe not. But in behind there is the computer that runs the whole thing. It's got this big wiring harness comes out of it and goes over here to the injectors and everything. So that's the computer. This is just power supply. And that yellow wire that I fixed back here, that's a fuel pump wire. So I think the fuel pump wasn't working because this relay here, the wire on that relay was not in there right. And then so they hot wired the fuel pump to see if it would run, and then likely got the motor running, and then it looks like by accident it fixed itself for a little while, and then I fixed it now, so it's good. So that's interesting. I'll leave the charger on it overnight. I think that's enough for today. Buster, you had enough? I think so. See you later. Yeah, so I repaired this. I took and I drilled that out in the middle there, put a threaded stud into it, and now and then Loctited it, and now it should hold that. There's no big pressure on it, so it should be all right. Okay, I'll give it a try and see. Yeah, there, that control arm's hooked back onto it. Now if I have to later, I'll do some welding on that. We'll just see what the inspection guy says. If he likes it all right, that's good. Yeah, so I've got those sway bar things on there again, and they seem to be okay on both sides. I had to do the same thing with this one as I did with the other. I drilled it out, threaded in that rod, and put a new end on it. So that's okay. That'll work. Now I'm gonna put the wheels on the truck and see if I can lift it up a bit higher so I can do some welding underneath on the muffler or in the exhaust pipe. Yeah, I changed around my lift system. That gives me another about 2 inches underneath the truck to work on. So that make it a bit easier for welding up on the exhaust pipe, I hope. Anyhow, looks pretty good with wheels on it. Well, I think that's pretty close to it for today, so I'll see you tomorrow maybe. Yeah, how do you like those gloves? Hey, pretty. Anyway, I've got this cleaned off here, and hopefully I'll be able to get a piece of steel like that sort of welded over it to capture everything in there. Let's see what I can come up with. See what happens. There, I welded the top piece on. Now I can't see if I've got it all the way there. Can you see it? I can't tell. I'll take a look at the footage and check it out. Okay. Yeah, just from a quick look there, as far as I can tell, I got it all, but I'm not 100% sure. Look up from this side maybe. Pretty tight, pretty close to the counter there. Hang on, try it from this here angle. I'll call it good enough for now. Upside down welding, my favorite. So pretty good welding for the most part. A little bit of bubbly right there. Don't know what happened. Well, and then I'll get another piece of metal and put it around the bottom here, and then cross weld it to this, or whatever you call that. Lap weld it on there. I won't try. I'm not going to try butt welding, that's for sure. There, it's not very pretty, but it sure is welded all the way around. I'll start it up and see how the noise is. You never know. Yeah, so I thought I'd put a new terminal on here. What the hell? Some of these wirings, I don't know where they go, what they do. This one here goes to there. I think that's positive. This is supposed to be negative for the horn, which is hanging down there. I'll test that horn and see if it actually works here sometime. But now this thing, I've got one of these connectors for it, which will likely be better. I think that'll reach around there. Might try and get it from the other side. Just wait a minute. Yeah, it's still making some noise. I think I'm going to let go of it. Welding on that. Be careful I don't burn my hands off. I think it's right there, but I can't really tell. It quiets down after a while. I can feel some right here though. Didn't get the top of that yet. But it is much quieter. I'll get that welded up after a while. That should make it run a little bit better too, because you know the O2 sensor is right there, and it does the fuel trim stuff based on the oxygen coming out of it. So let's see if I can get that welded up there a bit more. Whoops. Okay. It quiets down once it warms up, so it might be just a cracked manifold up there. I don't know. Hard to track that stuff down sometimes. But that's an awful lot quieter than it was before. So I'm kind of happy with that, all right. That thing there is working. I guess I'll let it down. I'll do a bit more welding over there, then I'll let it down. Okay. I got rid of a bit more of the noise, so I think I'll just leave it at that for now and let it run for, we'll use it a bit and then figure it out. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get this down off the lift and then maybe I can do some of this electrical work. I'll get this, what do you call that thing, alternator off there. It might be just the brushes aren't, you know, are jammed, or, you know, brushes are seized up a bit, not touching the armature. We'll just check it out and see. Anyway, that's on the list here. So what'll I do? I have to undo the battery. But first, I'll get it off the lifts. Yeah, it's running pretty quiet. Let's take it for a spin and see how it feels. See what happens. You never know. Put the window down. Have you open this door there? And they're Dodge doors, that's for sure. Yeah, the power steering's making noise, right? Brakes work. Oh yeah. Drives nice, feels good. Brakes are a little bit soft, but they'll wear in. I think they have the wrong reservoir going to the front. Usually you have to put the back reservoir goes to the front because it's a bigger reservoir, but I don't know for sure. And that's the first one to hit, right? So I think they got, whoever did it, got it backwards. But they work, they definitely work. Don't think there's any brake lights. And it drives pretty nice. It does make some noise there. I'll get that fixed someday. The speedometer works. Oil pressure it has. I do a little bit of work on a little bit of driving to get the brakes seated in. I took a few minutes off and did some sawing. One of the neighbors, Ron, brought over some apple logs that he wanted to saw down so he can make making charcuterie boards, which is, you know, what the hell, that's all right. Okay, I'll carry on here, see if I can make the alternator alternate on this thing. Yeah, so the tensioner, which spins okay, it's got a 15 here. This truck is halfway between metric and imperial. There's lots of imperial stuff on it, and this is a 15. I imagine those are, don't know what they are, but we'll find out soon. See if I can get them off of there and then pull that out of there. Hang on, we'll see what's cooking here. Yeah, so this one here wasn't even tight. That says a few things, doesn't it? Well, I don't know what though. Then there's a couple of spacer washers in there. I don't want to lose those. Maybe I'll get my magnet. Hang on. Well, now that just slipped off, right? That didn't work the way I wanted it to, but I guess we'll get them out of there somehow or other. There. 2 washers in there. I don't know why. And I guess the bottom one's not even tight either. Oh well, I need a wrench to get that one apart. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, I can use the truck ramps for a little bit of a, what do you call it, truck ramps for to stand on. Now we'll see what happens here. This is loose too. What a big surprise. Now I better undo the battery before I get too far ahead here. Hang on. I'll do that. Might be safe now. Well, sort of. I do like these solid mount alternators. Now, wires come out of here. See if I can get them off of there and that off of there. Okay, I need more doing. Little wires on the back here. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that there, those wires? They're 7mm. And then that looks like a 10 over there. I don't know if there's another bolt holding it somewhere else. I'll get a 10 for that one. I think that's the only one left over. Hang on. Lots and lots of turn on, turn off. I could just edit it out, but it's easier to turn it off and turn it on. Now, yeah, that's 10 there. What size is this, I wonder? 10? Yeah, 10. So like everything is halfway between metric and imperial. That comes off. And that comes off. Guess that doesn't leave you any choice about where things go, right? So I'll just put these back on here. There. Take it into the shop. Wait a minute here. See if it's free. Yeah, it's free. Spins okay. Yeah, so this back cover comes off. Just those 3 little bolts there, and then you got to take off the plastic thing for the isolator for the positive. Then it looks like if I take out that, and another one down here maybe, don't know, maybe those ones, maybe this whole plate will fall off, come off of there. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these 2 down here. See what happens. Oh, where's my light? So I got that little bit off, and that's where I thought maybe it was not doing stuff. That's a little bit ucky, hey? Maybe if maybe I'll clean that off a bit and see if I can get it less ucky. They're not jammed anyhow, those brushes. Okay, well, see what I can do about it. I guess I didn't have to. I was trying to take this off, but that lets the front go off, I think, if I take those bolts off. I think it's this whole thing is held together. Okay, I'll just clean that up a bit and then see what I can come up with. Yeah, so I thought maybe the brushes were seized and not touching in there, but they certainly are touching, and that's about as deep as I go. Likely it needs a new regulator here, but if it needs a new regulator, then or you can buy this piece, I think, but if it needs that, likely the rest of it's pretty well done too. So I ordered another one. It's on the way here. It'll be here Friday. There you go. Yeah, they're just stuck it all back together so that it's in one piece, but that'll be fine. This is cracked here anyhow. Don't know when that happened. Wasn't me. Anyway, that's yeah, it's cracked here and here, so likely it's cracked down here. I don't know. Anyway, that's okay. A new one's coming. There. Anyway, that's enough for today. Actually, it looks pretty good. I don't know if that's got a lift kit on the back or something. Maybe, maybe not. Or maybe the fronts are just worn. Who knows? Anyway, and I checked the tires, and they're all the wheels are all tight. Wait for a new one of them to come along, and that'll be good. And in the meantime, I'll see if I can chase down some of this wiring stuff for headlights and everything like that. Make some of the lights work. There, the doggies had enough today anyhow. Oh, better let down my umbrella or else it'll blow away to Oz. Right, and okay, put away my tool. Okay, back with the Dodge here, and been away for a couple of days doing other stuff. Let's just, you know, that happens around here. So the alternator, right, that's out, and I don't see an external regulator anywhere. It's supposed to be here. If it's so, it'll be somewhere. So there's no regulator out here, so it must be integrated into the alternator. But then down here, the braking system, I think this side here should go to the front brakes, and this side here should go to the back brakes. And they've got it backwards here. They got the hose coming down here to the front side, and the hose coming down there to the back side. So what I'll do is I'll just change those two around, and then we'll have to bleed the brakes out later again, but I'm used to that, right? Looks like I've created a problem here for myself. This thing here sprung a leak after I did that. So, oh, I guess I gotta replace those lines there. Oh well. Now, but I was right, the primary side is this side, the back of the brakes, and it's for the front side. The secondary side is this side, the rear of the brakes for the rear side. So I'll change those two around, and then I guess I got to fix this one, and I might as well put a new one in there too. That'll be fine. Yeah, I got them switched around now. So this one here is going to the back side, the back brakes, and this one here is going to the front brakes. So that's correct. Now I have to fix this line here, and I might as well put a new line here. It says to use steel lines on it, but it says don't use copper, but I'm using nickel copper brake line stuff, so it's good for everything else I have. It should be good for this. Okay. Oh, too sunny there, hey? So I got all the bits off. I'm going to have to see if I can reuse those fittings, I think. So they don't know if I have fittings that are that size. I guess I could check it out. I'll clean them up a bit. Then this will be the same as what I make the new hose or the new line, and then it'll go on there. That one there I'll do after I get this one apart. Yeah, so took the headlight out of the headlight bucket there. Just see if I'll get rid of a few spiders. You know, spiders are important to go somewhere else. That one there doesn't seem to be happy about leaving. Anyway, now I'll see if this headlight works. It's got all bent up back here, but I'll make it check it on my power supply, see if it works. Yeah, here we are. This is negative here. I've got it, a red wire going to the negative. Yep, that's the way it should be, right? And so touch on that one, light comes on. Touch on the other side, light comes on. I think high beam, low beam. Don't know for sure, but that's good enough for me. Light works, so now we'll put it back in and see if I can make it work from the dashboard, right? Okay, hang on. Yeah, so this one works also. I tested it in there in the same place. Now I'll put this back in here, and the bottom two came out, but the top two didn't want to come out, so I didn't want to force them. So put it back in here, and then I'll hook up the electricity and see what happens. Maybe have headlights. Yeah, headlights are on, but nobody's home. I wonder if this has to be hooked up to make it all work. That shouldn't be hanging around there, because I think that's a hot wire. Oh well. Don't know, not knowing. But I'll go through some of the wiring here and see if I can get a headlight to come on. See what happens. I have been into this. Looks like there have been some of our furry friends around or something. Not really sure. Like the relay works for the horn. Wonder which one of these is headlights. Oh. Radio I can see. Hazards I can see. Backup lamps. Speed control gauges. Bet you this one here is headlights. But now I'll just get my little test light out here and see what's got electricity again. Yeah, fuses, fuses, fuses. So all the fuses, the key's on, right? And all the fuses, I don't know, can you see? Am I looking the right way? Yeah, key's on, all the fuses work. You know, it doesn't matter which one you touch. Every fuse is alive with the key on. There's a bunch that are not alive with the key off, except for one, which is this one here. No power to it when the key's on, no power to it when the key's off. But if you knock over the camera and then turn it back to the right place again, there we go. Yeah. Turn on the headlight switch. I know up here you can't see it, but turn on the headlight switch and now this has power to this fuse here. So that fuse has got a orange wire going out of it and a brownish wire, or pink wire, brown, pink wire going out of it. So I'm going to go and look for the relay, because this should trigger, that should trigger the relay, right? Okay. Might be in the headlight switch. Don't know for sure, because I can't get, I can get electricity to the parking lights, but I don't get any electricity to the headlights. And I can't really find one of these relays turning on, so maybe it's a switch. Anyway, I'll check into that more tomorrow. That's enough for today. See you later. Oh, close that up. Okay, here I am at the, I gotta go after the secondary lighting, like parking lights and stuff like that, see if I make them work. And then I'll worry about the headlights. This one here I pulled off, this one here pulled off. I'll check those bulbs and see if they work, which are over here. A couple of bulbs. I think that, yeah, that one there is definitely no good. This one here might be okay. And I do believe that one down there works, but I'll take it out and check it out. Then at the back, I've got these wires hanging out here now. So I need a new connector like that, which I have. In fact, I've got two of them. And I need a new connector like that. No, I have two of these ones. And I have none of those ones. So I need a new connector like that, which I think I can get at Canadian Tire, but we'll see. And here's the other side, and it had new connectors on it. And they soldered them together, but they didn't put any shrink wrap on them. So I think what I'll do is I'll take them apart and redo those connectors. This one here is correct. This one here, I could use it in the where I need a new connector up front. This one can be moved up front, and I can get a new single pole connector here. These things all are okay-ish. So anyway, I think I have to make a trip to Canadian Tire and get some lights. But I'll test what I have here first, and then we'll see what I have to get. So that one there was a little bit suspect, I think. Anyway, but we'll fix that up a bit as soon as I figure out what's what on it. This one here is pretty good shape, except the light bulb's burned out. And we'll figure that one out. Okay, now I've got a bunch of these connectors. That's like an updated connector thing, which will work okay. I didn't find any connectors with just a single end on it, but I've got some bulbs that'll go into a double, that are double, but they're single filaments. Anyway, I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, see these ones here, it has a double thing there, but they're single filament bulbs. Now I'll see if I can jam them into one of those things and make it work. Wait a minute until I check it out. Yeah, that'll work. That's white and brown. The black doesn't seem to like to do anything, but I'm happy with white and brown working. And that will be the backup light for one this side here, maybe. Okay, so the white one goes to this side on the inside. The black one, the brown one goes to this side, and black goes to this outside. So this bulb, it needs one of those to each filament, and it doesn't have any connection to the outside here. Interesting. So I got the parking, I have the parking lights turned on, and I'm going through and checking. This is the side thing connector. I don't know, can you see that? Yeah. So, yep, it's got power to there. And can you see that light on? I think so. Anyhow, and that's the ground side, I hope. Well, I'll check that after a while. Then this one here, this is the parking light, and it's got power to there. Albeit it's kind of shaky, but it's got power. And these other ones, this would be maybe the ground. Hey, don't know which one's ground. One of them's ground. And this one here is maybe the signal light. So those work, and that side there works. So I'll go on and check the back. So I'm at the back of the car, and that one there is a backup light. This one here is the parking light, or parking light. So that seems to work. The other ones, I'll check them out as I get along, and I'll fix up those connectors, right? Then if I go to the other side here, over here, put my ground up there, and one of these, I think this side here is nothing happening there on that one. So that wonder if that's just a broken wire in here. Don't know. Oh, maybe I don't have a ground on it. That's smart. When the ground is dangling down there, it's not going to make much difference, eh? Oh yeah, there, that's got power there. So that's the parking light. So I'll go ahead and get these things figured out, which wire goes where. Parking light is black with green. I think the ground wire is that one. I'll check that out. I have to get my what do you call that, a wire thing. So here's this for checking out which one's a ground wire. Can't really tell unless I cut them, right? Have to cut them anyhow. I'm not making a ground here. Okay, gotta cut some wires. Hang on. Oh, there's my face, right? So there, I've got that one done there, and parking light is on, and that's the ground on there. So I'll just, there's the crimp. So I'll just, well, that's encouraging. The parking light's on. Put that up there, and I think there's a little bit of a bad ground somewhere, or there's a short somewhere. That doesn't look very bright, eh? Okay, I'll look into that. Anyhow, that's a start. Excuse me, there's that side in. Parking light's really dim. I think there's a bad ground somewhere along the way, like it's a shady ground, but we'll find that as we go along. Next, I'll fix up this one here. Maybe this is what was causing the light to go dim. It was touching these wires somehow. Don't know. No, still dim. Okay, we'll figure that out as we go. Yeah, you can see that light now because the battery was dead. Or I think there might be a bad cell in that battery or something. It just went away and now it's come back to life again, so we'll see. Yeah, there's a bonus. The license plate light works on one side, not so well on the other side. Maybe I'll fix that too, I guess. Ah, there, lots of screwing around, and I've got tail lights. Wonder if there's any such luck with reverse lights or blinker lights or anything like that. We'll just see. Blinker that way. Oh, might work. Might be working. Look at that. Blinker light that way. That likely means the brake lights will work too. And blinker light that way. Huh. That's interesting. I'll check the brake lights later, but right now. Now, see if I put it in reverse. See if we get anything out of that. Haha! Reverse lights. On too. Huh. So I've got backlights are working. Great. That's good news. Okay, lights work back here. I wonder why the headlights don't work. Put that back in park. Maybe it's just might be something just stupid, eh? Oh, I'll just ignore it for a minute or two. I do have a wiring diagram. Did I show you that? I found it online. Oh, look at that. Now I have headlights. Must have been just the must have been just the switch hadn't been used for so long. Yeah, look at that. There's high beams and low beams. So I'll just check the other side here. Maybe there's nothing now. Don't know. Oh yeah, there's one set of headlights, right? And then see if I can get the other going. Might be this switch here is needing some help. Can't tell if that's high or low or in between or what's going on. I'm just gonna let you guys point at it here. Tell me if they flick on and off. So here's the wiring diagrams. Like it's got everything you ever wanted to know plus more. And more, and more, and more. All this stuff is interesting to know because that denotes wire going through the bulkhead disconnect, right? So that thing right there is the bulkhead disconnect, and it has every wire in the goddamn planet going through there. So, and then it shows where it goes through. Then this has all the what do you call these things? Fuses, right? And so that fuse right there and that fuse right there have both got fuses in them, but they don't need one because they're for like number 2, I think, power windows. No power windows in this truck. And the other one is number 10 maybe, or yeah, number 10, power door locks. No power door locks in this truck. There's supposed to be a couple of 30 amp breakers or something. What is it? Yeah, 30 amp breaker. Then this step here shows front clearance and identification. I don't have them on the roof of this truck, but this one here is front end lighting, which is all up here. Front end lighting, the other half. And Canadian front end lighting because it's got daytime running lights perhaps, but it might be a USA truck. You never know. You never know. Not going to worry about it. Wiring diagram, and this shows the headlamp switch, which is right here, which I don't have to do anything about right now because it's working, so I'm happy. And then I go deeper in, like all the lighting, hazard systems, which I haven't got to yet. I could check that out. Let's see if we got hazard lights. They should work with key off, right? I wonder where the button is for hazard lights on this, right here. Looks like it's going on this side. It's not flashing on this one. Here's going. No, that one there's going. So it looks like the back is going, but the front isn't going. That's maybe what those two things mean on the hazard lights, which is interesting. Okay, they work. What else works, I wonder? There used to be a light back there. Don't know how to turn that on. Does that turn it on? No, nothing happens there. We don't know. We don't know what turns that on. I could look in the wiring diagram. Anyway. Well, that's coming along. So, there's some questions answered. Headlights. That's really cool. Yeah. What do you know? All that fighting and they work. Just had to do a bunch of dicking with it. Okay, now I'll leave that battery charger on overnight and I'll unhook the battery here. Then tomorrow I'll come and I'll see if I can get the front lights working, the signals and stuff, and side marker lights and all that kind of stuff. I'll try that out tomorrow. But I'll just let this charge up overnight because I don't know why it was dead, but it certainly was dead. Yep. Okay, here I am back at the front. Well, that got smashed on the way here. That's sad. But otherwise it's okay. Might have to take the one off the old one and put it on there if I can. Not really sure. I'll check out how it comes out of the old one. Anyhow, but it turns okay and it might be okay. Besides that one smash. Anyway, and I'm working on these front lights now. Get them going like this. I've got the lights on, so this one here, that's your positive there for the side light. And now I'll figure out which one of these, like I've got in this cluster here, I've got that one there is positive, which is that wire, so that goes to the parking light. Then these two I have to decide which one's negative, right? So I'll figure that out over here with this business here. Hang on, I'll show you. So, can you see all that? Can you see any of it? I want from there to there, right? There to one of these. Not happening yet. Looks like it's that one. Looks like they all. How come? It must be going through the light bulb. That one, which is a black wire. So the black wire is ground. Well, that makes some sense, right? Worked a minute ago. Okay, black wire is ground. Then I can figure out the rest of them the other way. There we go. That's the marker light thing. It's got a new end on it, same with this one. And I put in little LED lights there that I happen to have. Now I'll tape that up before I put it all together. That side over here, where'd it go? Oh dear. Right inside there. I was pulling away on this stuff, so the light went inside. Oh, come on. Oh. You need smaller hands than me. There. Oh, now I got my wrist caught. Okay, that light there works. I'm pretty sure that blinker light will work too, but I'll find out soon. So now I gotta get that side there hooked up too. What? Where's my thing? Over here, right here. Hooked up to this one here. Okay, working on that. Okay, there's the parking lights all the way around, right? That one, that one. That one, that one. Let's try emergency flashers. If they work, then the rest of it works, I think. Yeah, see, it's blinking over there now, so that means the front is blinking and the back is blinking. Huh. Isn't that something? All these little clues that you never knew, right? So yeah, flash, 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 flash. These ones even flash. Isn't that something? Okay. Now, try the blinkers on. Turn that off, right? Turn that off. just put on that. Blinker on passenger side, right side, right? Let's go. Oh, okay. Yep. Blinker on passenger side. Yeah, see that one there. When the flashers are on, it doesn't flash, but when the blinkers are on, it doesn't flash, but this does, which is what you want to happen. That's interesting, unless if I turned on the parking lights, whether that would be a nighttime thing, right? That's, what do you know? Oh yeah, so there, like when the parking lights are on, it blinks. Isn't that something? That's kind of cool. Didn't know that. Okay, then on the other side, blinky blinks, right? That one's blinking. That one's blinking, and that one's blinking. Okay, with the parking lights on. Oh, cool. Okay, that means all the... I'll just check the headlights out, see if they work. Keys on, headlights on. Yep, I got the headlights. I'll be. Everything works. Isn't that nice? Yeah, this one here, 50 years later, is not quite right either. Anyway. Airplanes. That's a caravan. Cessna, I think. Who knows what it is. Okay, so I think I can hook on the, put on the alternator now. Now I've got, oh, didn't show you. Look at that, all together. Again. It came together, but it's back together again, and all the lights work, which is cool. Everything is put in the right place, I hope. Yeah, so there's supposed to be a thing right here for the same as that thing over there to hook this onto, and that's ground for the whole thing, right? So I guess I better do something about that. Don't know what yet. I'll think about that a little bit. And that had two washers there, and no washers down here. How come? That makes it crooked, doesn't it? I don't think those two washers should be there. Okay, I'll take them. Yeah, so this is on here now. I don't know what the hell that is, but dirt. Now this, I have put a ground strap from here to here because this thing here is broken, right? And then that plastic thing there was broken, and a little bit of a dent there. It got bashed pretty good in transit somewhere. Thank you, Amazon. And everything else is back together now. See if I hook up the battery, if it is gonna anything goes on fire, right? Let's see. Yeah, no smoke coming. That's a good sign. Okay, now I'll tighten that up and I'll be back to you. Tightened up, everything's good. And that I've cleaned all those connectors off with I've got a thing. Where is that thing? I'll show you. This thing here. Good for cleaning off connectors. There was lots of yuck on them. Anyway, now see what happens if I turn on the key. See if there's any action on the... See if I've screwed up anything, right? Well, the battery's way up high there. Check and see if that's actually charging or not. Sounds like it's charging. Oh, brand new alternator, still not charging. Must be somewhere, there must be a voltage regulator. I don't know if it's in that thing there, which is a computer. But there's 13.35, 13.4. Why would it be up that high now? that charging? Don't know. Wait a minute, I'll just... Yeah, 13.3, and the headlights are on and everything like that, so it must be charging. 13.3, then the thing goes off, right? Yeah. $13.7. Well, I'll turn it off and see what it sits at as a resting point. But maybe it is charging. Oh yeah, look at that, it's charging. It's happy. Wonder why that started charging now. The computer decided to 14.45, 14.46. Computer must have decided that better charge the battery. Isn't that something? So that it did that once with the other alternator on there. I'll take a look and see if there is a voltage regulator. Well, that's encouraging. I thought that was not going to work, not working, but it seems to be working now. It's coming back to life for whatever reason. Yeah, so it'll be a 14.4, and this thing here is on the high side, so that's good. We'll let it be. Headlights on and blinkers on and everything's on, and it's still charging. Look at that at idle. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, next thing is to get the fuel gauge to work. I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll sort that out later. Alternator has an extra thing on it, one wider than normal. Over to the inside on that, and that'll make it run straight through. Okay, I'll do that. Oops, there, try again. Here. So I figured I might as well change the oil in it because, well, it actually looks pretty good. Like there's no metal in there that I can tell, but it's pretty icky and dark. Oh, wait till I think I got about, I think I have about 3 liters in there now. So I'll start it up, see if the pressure comes up, and see it's not spitting oil anywhere out the filter and stuff. Then we'll go from there. There's the oil pressure's coming back up. Let it run for a few minutes. Although I think it likes having new oil in it because it's a bunch quieter. I don't see any oil sitting out underneath there. We'll check down here. Oh, looks like it's not spitting oil anyway. That's a bunch quieter than it used to be, the motor, so, but still, one more thing to fix, and I'll get that fixed one of these days. And I think I need a new tensioner and a new idler for the fan belt, and a new fan belt. I think that one there looks like it's had its best before life is gone long ago. Okay, shut it off and just see where the oil sits in it now. See if it's high enough or low enough or in between enough. Okay, that's enough. That's enough for today. And that's pretty near enough for this week, I think, because it's getting to be long in the tooth, this video. So, what did I get done? I got a bunch of stuff done. Don't even remember. I think I did some welding on the mufflers, welding on the exhaust pipes, right? Then I did some, what else did I do? Lights. And also the alternator finally came back, and it's indeed, it's in there, and a new one, and it works. It had some damage from transport, a couple of broken tabs on it, but otherwise it seems to be okay. And looks like everything's okay. And I changed the oil and filter. So hope you enjoyed it all, and come on back for more next week. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff, and or whatever. Anyhow, see you later. Okay, October October 2nd? Happy birthday, Sarah. Sarah's birthday today. And nice sunny day. Yesterday it rained all day and was cold. But not bad today. Tide's pretty outish. And coming in. And there's the dog, right? Okay, see you later.